on this thing.
Could make it into a mug.
I think that'd be
Mugify
nice. So what are we looking for?
A Maurice and a punny.
A molten gather to punny it up?
Look at the sparkle going on in there. There's some greens.
Some greens, golds, and aventurine.
What's happening, folks? This is the gathering point.
We're in it.
We're here.
This
We are making the first piece.
This might be the first and only mug made with a blow mold we've ever made.
From the Glass Academy.
Yeah. We do pride ourselves, everybody, on every one of our mugs is one of a kind, and every one it's blown in the offhand glass blowing fashion, which means we're not making them all out of a mold. We're making them right hand, one of a kind. They're super cool. This is going to be a cool looking one.
Let's do the old swap around, punny it up, and you finish it up.
All right, I like that.
This piece is going to be for sale, folks. It's the warmer upper. It's to get warm. It's to show you guys a little bit of hot, juicy action before we get going. And this is the old flip around.
So this particular, you want to tell them what that mold's for?
This mold right here, folks, which I'm going to put back in the water, will get it safe and sound away from everybody, is a very expensive and very high quality mold, and it's a blow mold for doing exactly that. The reason it's wood is because it doesn't take a lot of heat out of the glass. You saw when I came out of there, I was like, holy son of a gun, it was still super hot, which is what you want. And that one specifically is actually the reason we have it out is because for the Dearborn Brewing Company down the street from us here in Dearborn, Michigan, and they have a mug club in there where they have all our mugs. People go in, they pick out their mug, they're an annual mug member, and they get discounts on drinks, and they support their local brewing companies. This is for, we've designed a straight wall cup for their intro level to becoming a VIP member at their company. And if you guys are local, you haven't checked out Dearborn Brewing before, I highly suggest doing it. Incredible brewery if you're into beer, and great people.
One of our favorite breweries. They've got probably about 300 mugs that are all hand blown by us, which is super great.
Incredible.
And they make unbelievable beer. And they're local. They're right in our hometown, Dearborn, Michigan, just outside of Detroit.
Shout out to Dearborn Brewery.
Shout out Dearborn Brewery, folks. If you guys came to our Evolution event, various different events, we've had them here supporting with us. We go back and forth, a lot of cross-marketing. They're great people. But what we're doing now is starting up the gathering point, folks. It's going to be a 2-hour show. You got Chris on the pipe right now. We got Jacob. You got Oliver behind the camera. We'll be swapping it up in a minute here. You got Bess on tech support, holding it down, answering questions, sending you the information you need. There she is, folks.
Michelle is here with us virtually. She's already commenting.
Beautiful. Michelle.
What up,
Mom.
Michelle?
We've got Lisa watching in Belleville. We've got Dana from Georgia, Patty from Commerce. Carol is always here from Ontario every week. Hey, Carol.
What up, Carol?
We got Pammy from Australia, as always.
Ow, ow.
Karen is watching from England. Hi, Carol. Brendan says hello. So we've already got a bunch of people joining in and watching, but I'll keep yelling out those cities as they come in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
It's that time of the week, and we got some really cool things planned tonight. We got some questions to ask you guys, a brand new piece that's only the second time it's ever been done, a custom order, and we'll go over all that in a second. But do you want to handle?
Yeah, I do want to handle, please. Bring it on.
I'll bring it.
Make it nice now.
Look at
Yeah.
this up close, guys. It's got a lot of really beautiful aventurine in it, and that trail is very texturous on the surface. But see that nice tight edge in the bottom? That's what you get from having a blow mold. And that particular blow mold was made for Dearborn Brewing. They've got a different style glass they have. They're just their regular mug club members that don't own a handmade mug. And it's a 20-ounce glass that we make for them in their style, and they have those things all over the brewery for anyone who's in their mug club who doesn't own a handmade mug. It's pretty sweet. So that's why we wanted them all to be 20 ounces for them, so they know they're giving their customer 20 ounces of beer for being in the club.
The bonus pour. That's right. Coming in with a hot, juicy handle. Chris is going to use his magnificent handle tool to lay this onto the piece. Oh yeah. Look at this.
Oh, that was creamy. That was about the butteriest handle I ever had.
We're going to have a little bit of a debate later on here, folks.
Nothing to debate about butteriness. Oh, one of those reasons you don't really want to put tape on your tools, guys, because you go in there and you just rubbing up tape all over your beautiful glass.
Well, a little essence of tape on your handle makes the love stick.
Ah, yeah. So I'm kind of thinking, I want to know if I want to add anything more decorative to this, or if we want to just leave it as is. What do you think, Oliver?
Ooh, maybe a little thumb saddle, and I think we call it there.
What do you say, Jake? A thumb saddle?
Little saddler.
Out of iris?
Sure, sure.
That trail that I brought Jake at the last minute, I was bringing it out of this really beautiful color, and I did it. So now we might as well put the thumb saddle on there as well. Make that match the trail. I don't know, this thing's pretty tight. The bummer is that every time we make these pieces on the show, we fall in love with them and then we sell them.
Right.
And it's like you see them going out, you see them over in the packing area, Robin's wrapping them up, and it's kind of like you hear like a sentimental song. There she goes.
Ready for it?
I'm ready. This one's going right in the
crevice.
That's right. Well, I don't know. I thought maybe I was going to call it something else. But you know how that goes. There it is.
So this one will be for sale. This is going to be the warmer-upper. We're going to get it on the website when it makes it in the box safe and sound. Shipping's included in these orders, folks, and there's no picture of them because they're hot and we can't just snap a picture and upload that all to the website mid-show. We got to simplify it. So we're going to give it a number. We're going to give it a name. It's going to be descriptive enough that you're going to know which one it is. And if you guys are interested, you go to the Gathering Point page on the Glass Academy's website. That's us, the Glass Academy.
Who?
That's us.
What I'm doing right now, guys, is putting that famous GA stamp on every one of our pieces. This one's on the mug. It's always in the same spot, right to the right of the handle. That looks so nice. And now I'm going to see if I can talk Jake into getting me a little reduction action.
A little bling bling.
I'm on my way.
I think best was working the echo machine.
We got you with the reverb cranked.
See that change in flame right there? That's going to bring out all the metallic properties in that iridescent gold we have on the body. This also has our super expensive ultra bling bling sparkle adventurine gold.
What are we naming this thing?
That's a pretty good question.
The 2023 Holiday Blinger mug?
Something like that. Yeah, I like that. Got that one written down.
2023 Holiday Blinger.
Best you're writing all this down.
That's almost as long as our giveaway question. Which we're going to tell you guys about that. Because everybody knows we give a giveaway every night that we do the show. We give a giveaway every Tuesday night. And all you have to do is answer the question that we put out there.
Here it goes, folks.
Oh, he's
And there
running.
he goes.
It's a long haul to box number 4 over here. Get it in there safe and sound. Give it a little tuck work.
Nice
There
work.
we
Nice
go.
and quiet over there.
It's very nice. Very
Gentle.
nice. Tender. So that's that, folks.
Yeah, that was a great warmer-upper. We're feeling warm. Oliver, are you feeling warm?
I've been warm.
All right, well, we're going to take you over to the board. We're going to explain to you what's going on during tonight's show. This is kind of like the table of contents of the GA gathering point.
Watch out for this on your way over, folks.
Yes,
Oh,
be careful to
what's-
step over the signature candy cane that was pulled earlier.
Forecasting a little something
And
later
just-
on in the show.
Just show them that for a second and then turn away. Just for a
Okay,
second.
just-
All right, now turn away from it.
Oh.
You guys aren't allowed to see that yet.
That's
Oh.
The feature table goes live at 6:30, guys, and we will go over it before 6:30.
17 minutes.
Jake, tell them what's up. Number one, we already did.
Yep, this is the gathering point. It is show 244. That's a lot of shows, and we're getting close to 250.
Is that going to be a big show?
We don't know the plan yet, but it's going to be something crazy.
I'd love it if it was a big one.
Wanted to
but-
get the big hole going again.
Yeah.
what do the people want to see for show 250?
Yeah, let's hear it, folks. We'll take some market research. Michelle's at home right now. She's a little under the weather. Send her some love. And if you guys have ideas for the 250th show, put them in the chat.
I was seeing if my microphone moved around like Jake's does, but I think mine does if I am moving my head like this when I'm talking. All right, so number one happened.
That's done. The blow mold warmer upper tumbler super ultra holiday special blinger.
And as you can see, we did say it was going to be a tumbler only, and it metamorphosized into a tasty mug.
It's true, and that'll be live at 6:30 with the rest of the products on the page, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we've got Carrie's Christmas tree. Now, Carrie has a beautiful display, holiday display, and I forget the name of it, but what's it called when there's a bunch of little characters running around?
A diorama?
Faux town.
Faux Town?
Yeah, faux town. Kind of like a photon torpedo. Shoots from the Starship Enterprise.
That's guys, this is the energy we're bringing to the very start of the show.
Whoa. Glad we got that out.
We are on one today.
So anyway, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And it's a fake table with snow and little kids running around and trees and whatnot. And it's a beautiful snowy wonderland. And she's got, I think, 3 or 4 Christmas trees already in there, or just regular glass trees. This one is going to be about this size. And it's going to have ornaments of many a color all over it. So this is almost becoming the center tree of the town.
Kind of like the big one they put up in the D, right in Grand Circus Park.
Exactly.
They go out into the woods and they get a 75-foot tall tree and
Chop
give
it.
treatment.
Well, that's
It
going to
has
be
some
that.
bark disease, though.
We got a brand new product coming up here that I think is going to blow your guys' mind. We're going to make a huge piece tonight, and then we'll be doing a signature candy cane pull and a cane for the giveaway. So let's,
Yeah, I mean, I think that you want to tell them about the signature candy cane and why we're doing a pull.
let's get to that later.
All right.
Let's get into the action here. We'll set up for Carrie's tree. Naked trees are one of our most prized products to produce because they're just natural. They come from nature. They're beautiful. They give you a nice bump on your finger from all the cuts, and they're gorgeous. So this is a custom order, and if you guys are new to the show, we do custom orders all the time. Anything you see in the gallery back there or online that you want to get a little bit of a color difference to it, little size difference, so you want to just see it being made for you or someone as a gift on the show, that's what we do here. So this one's for Carrie, and shouts out, Carrie. I got a little bit of dogging to do on you a little bit later, and we'll get to that. But for now, let's just make you something amazing.
So Carrie said she's going to post a picture of her, what did we call it, a Winter Wonderland diorama?
Something like that.
Okay,
Yep,
great.
Carrie, you can give us the specifics
Is that what
on
we
that.
called it?
Yeah.
Somebody said that's what it was called.
Wow.
So she's going to post a picture of that in the Glass Academy Addicts page. So if you guys are
Awesome.
not already in the Facebook page called Glass Academy Addicts, it is a page not run by us. It's actually run by some of our fans. So go ahead and jump in that, request in that group if you haven't already, and you get to see those pictures.
We're
Shout
almost
out to
up
the addicts running that.
Big time, and we're almost up to 800 or 600 members in the Glass Academy Addicts group. We're up like 80 since the last time I looked at the front of the page and not just the posts that are being posted.
Man.
It's a lot of people.
The best, I got an immediate question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think during tonight's show we're going to come up with a better joke than photon torpedo?
That's a great question.
That was a good one.
That was
Where-
such a good one.
We're only 18 minutes in, so I'm very concerned that this is the direction we're heading in already.
Do you think we peaked at 15 minutes during the show today?
It's possible.
Before I take over the camera and let Oliver get on the show a little bit, this is some pretty good action, so we better just stay on that because this is the coolest part.
Have a really cool process in making some great trunks.
He's a trunk sculptor.
I'm a trunk
A
sculptor,
trunk
guys.
champion, if you will. I will.
I'm putting some gnarly knots
No one else would.
in this puppy. And I put some bling in and some tobacco.
Whoa,
Some other goodness in there, Carrie.
look at this.
No junk in that trunk.
Wow.
My finger is burning.
You know it's a good trunk when you burn the finger on it. It's all about that mojo, baby.
I gotta get this off the pipe now, guys, because the pipe's up in the stem of the trunk of that tree. A stem would mean it would be a flower. Trunk is the business. Imagine
We're here
having
for
a
business.
elephant having a stem for a nose. No way.
No way.
What we got here?
I don't know. I'd like to ask the people, what do we call these? If you've been watching the show, you may have heard us say it before. There's a specific name. We make these in-house with specific colors we want to use. And what might we be using these for here tonight, ladies and gentlefolk? And on that note, Oliver.
I'll pass the camera off, I guess.
Thanks, dude.
I got one question about this piece here, Chris.
Yeah.
Are we doing a clear base or a recycle base?
I'm 90% sure it'll be a clear base.
Clear.
Clear with white snow. Because this one's got snow on it, doesn't it? Sure does.
Carrie, confirm it.
It does. I'm pretty sure she told me she wants snow on it.
Snow and ornaments.
I
What you
mean,
got
we're not
there,
doing
Oliver?
any
I got a
Christmas
little
and the 4th
snow.
Of July.
We pick up snow from outside. We sometimes import it from Alaska.
Is that
And we
a
just-
insulated canister you have there?
It keeps it, it's like a thermos, but it keeps the snow fresh.
Now, is that floor snow or is that sky snow? How pure is that snow?
It's sky snow. They extract it right out of the clouds with a special drone airplane.
Yep.
We've had a special contract with Boeing to get this snow for about 15 years.
Yep, they're a good company. They're a good company.
The snow company?
Well, our collaborators. I don't know. Who knows? Might get sued for saying that. We're going to keep it down, folks. We have no actual business with Boeing. But we do get some really great snow, and Carrie's going to get a nice dousing of it on her tree here. Now, look at that, folks. After all that gnarlification has been completed, Chris lets it completely stiffen up. You got 3 beautiful squirrel holes in the bottom of the trunk. And at this moment, Oliver has just gathered up some molten crystal clear glass, and he's coating it with a beautiful deep emerald green, which is going to be used to sculpt the first band of foliage.
Got a picture of Carrie's Winter Wonderland here. If Jake can get a
baby.
zoom on that.
Let me get the LED situation.
All right,
out of
Oliver.
there. Look at that, folks.
You can see she's replacing all of her
Like,
trees with
I'd
those
rather
glass
have it
Academy
not
glass
shaped at
trees, and
all.
It's looking pretty awesome.
It looks
really
amazing, and that is actually Carrie's dinner table. So she actually eats dinner on top of the snow there every night. Make sure not to spill a crumb. Very incredible. I give a big shout out to Ian Zapico out here. We saw him down at the holiday market making some really cool stickers.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll get him on the show out here. He makes really cool glass robots. Look at this juicy application. So Oliver's got to bring that. It looks like he really is just slopping it on there, and that is what he's doing, Chris is. But the way that Oliver presents that bit, we call it, really has to allow for the slopification to take place. And look at this. That's our dog. That's Chris and Michelle's dog. And are you saying because he's so sloppy and slobbery?
No, because a bit in Italian is Po.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why we named him Po. Because like someone bringing you a bit of glass, you say, bring me a Po.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Can anybody speak Italian out there? Bess, I know, is pretty fluent in Italian. Let's hear something, Bess.
Let him have
I
it.
am.
Let him have it.
Oh, yeah.
Bess is a little bit shy today.
Right. She'll bring it out later, you guys.
It's not about the word. It's about the sound, you guys. You can just be like, this is going to be as good as spaghetti.
Oh, good. What kind of night?
I've got gabagool.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I know different types of pasta.
My
names.
snow? Where's that?
Oh,
I should
what,
be
like
putting it on right now,
fettuccine?
shouldn't I?
Gnocchi.
I didn't realize you were putting
Gnocchi.
snow on
The
there.
linguine.
Well, I'm going to go look for it, so give it a pass.
I got it.
Farfalle. What is that?
That's the bow ties.
Ah, speaking of bow tie, we're going to be making one of those tonight, Chris. I forgot to mention that.
A bow tie?
That's right. A bright, beautiful red bow tie.
Just on its own?
Oh, you know what? Here, I'll hook that up. Bess, would you mind hopping up and grabbing this
Sure
real quick?
can.
I think we just need a spoon.
Now, this is the true snow that's been harvested from the Alaskan sky. We're going to pour that in there. This is the really expensive stuff, so Carrie, you're getting the hook up here. And Chris has a spoon around here. Did you grab one? There it is. That's the silverest of spoons. And watch this tech right here. Look at how hot. Look at the color change of the tree. Oh, yeah.
One little blizzard.
An Alaskan dusting. Meanwhile, he's going to melt that into the right temperature, let this re-solidify. And you got Oliver over here doing a little bit of finesse work.
Pammy is using a little bit of Italian in the chat.
Who is?
Pammy Hughes.
Pammy?
Yeah.
I thought you only spoke Australian.
She said in Italian, my name is Pammy, have a nice day. I only know that because Facebook gave me a translation button, but that's what she said.
That's cool. That's cool. Pammy, you're a champion. Look at that. If that's not satisfying, I'm not sure what is. Molten magma, 2100 degrees. And here he's just going to cut into the glass and take it right to Sniptown. And I know, just like I was saying, the way he slopped that on there, it looked like he was just throwing it on the piece, making it look easy, but also sculpting the foliage using just one tool and getting the right angle, the right amount, the right connection, making sure it's not too sharp. That takes a lot of talent, and Chris has probably made about, 15 trees in his day, so he's really getting up there.
I can show you the 15 tree mark.
Pammy says she speaks Aussie-Italian.
Aussie-Italian. That's the collaboration. Pammy's our local, our resident Australian from down under.
We've also got a second Australian watching today. Her name's Katrina.
Katrina.
So, hello, Katrina.
Welcome to the show.
We've got Dorte watching from Denmark.
Nice. Denmark. Let's go.
Very cool.
Here's our little setup on my way by, folks. You guys can see Bess is working multiple situations. We've got all kinds of tech. We got multiple mic boards and craziness going on.
Whoa! Make it
See
dizzy
that
if you
quad
look
zoom?
too hard.
That was pretty crazy. So a little bit later in the show, folks, we want to get your input. We've been really busy. We've been working hard. We've kind of stepped aside on the wheel of shenanigans, and we've got an idea for our wheel of names, Super Shenanigans, Super Twister board, and we want to get your input and potentially get a vote going of what the new name of the wheel of shenanigans shall be.
Anybody take a guess at the name of my hat?
Yes, I could take a good guess.
What is it?
Is it the Wangs?
The Wangs.
Oh, I thought you said the name of your cat.
My cat?
Yes.
Nope.
That'd be amazing if anybody could guess the name of Kristen Michelle's cat at home. We had to have said it on the show before.
Is it glass related?
It's not glass related. It's a classic name, and I'll give you one more hint. It's a male, traditional male name. Here we go over here, folks. We got the Wheel of Shenanigans. We've got the GA Champions Cup trophy with the Detroit huddle right on the front of it. You come down and we've got all the names of previous winners throughout the many shows we've done. A lot more room to go as well. We're going to start utilizing this wheel for a little different purpose. We'll talk about that later. But as best as watching the comments and we're staying focused on the glass, would love to hear how everybody's doing here this beautiful Tuesday night. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you were able to come visit us this weekend for our holiday show in the gallery behind us here where we're streaming. And let us know what the deal is. I've asked for it before, but I'd love to hear.
We've got some cat names coming in.
Cat names? Let's hear them.
We've got Mr. Kitty, a classic.
What is it?
Mr. Kitty.
Mr. Kitty.
We've got Bob the cat, Max, James, Tom, Boots, Henry, William, and Cicero.
Cicero is
I've
really
been
cool
thinking
name.
Henry. I don't
close.
know this cat's name. I've
You're
been thinking
close.
it's Henry.
Look at that.
All right, I'm ready when you are, Oliver, for the end.
The topper. I'm going to go over the pilot light here to get you guys the down-under angle.
The Australian angle.
Yep. Other times referred to as the elbow angle.
And I'm good to go right for the patty.
No. I believe you're going to have to be helping with the ornaments.
Ornaments. Thank you, Jake, for keeping us on track.
Pleasure's mine.
Carrie, I would never forget the ornaments.
Look at that. All sculpted in one move, and he tucks it down. Now, many of you guys that have watched the show and have become familiar with the material through what we're doing here may know that a lot of times when you heat up the glass and cool it back down in very fast moments, it causes kind of an uncontrollably, how do I phrase it, a little bit of a weak spot temperature-wise. So it's very important. The last move that Chris did on that topper there was he opened up the tweezers and he pushed down on that topper to really sink it into, just like that, see? Like that. To sink it into that tree trunk so that it was really on there nice and sturdy.
We do have a technical question that just came in.
Our favorite kind.
So Carol says, why doesn't the guy in the light blue shirt, so Oliver,
That's me.
put the snow on before he brings the glass over?
After a flash, Oliver, will you bring that over here for an up-close and personal Zoom situation?
Up close.
That's such a great question, and we've done it before. However, the way that was applied, it would be spiraled onto the foliage. When we add it on each layer like this, turn half the speed if possible. Sound like my mom. You can see the texture on there, and it's just small pieces of snow that have stuck and landed on the surface. It's looking like actual snow. There's not a lot of things, and it's not that easy to do in glass when you recreate something to its true texture and visual. But that's what that snow does, rather than having bands of white swirled in with the green. Great question, and appreciate that.
Just so everybody knows, the table is live. I'm posting the link for that in the comments. Just make sure you guys are reading the description of the table before you're purchasing anything. Just as a reminder to always do that, but especially today, just make sure you're reading that description before you're purchasing.
Absolutely, folks. Read the description at the top of the Gathering Point table. That's got all the information you need. Maybe a little perk action for tonight's show. And if you're new to the show, everything we make, if it's not already sold, is for sale on the show. We've got a gallery. This is what we do for a living. We've got an amazing crew here, both glass blowers and in the gallery. That takes a team. It takes an army to make this all happen.
We have our own personal army.
We do have an army. Saw most of them working this weekend. We all got together. We were doing in-house demos and all kinds of goodness. Chris is putting on bright yellow ornaments to start.
Flash.
You can see some right up on the front there. A trick with all the colors in glass blowing, they look completely different when they're hot. These are a few greens we have out here. These are our trunk browns over here. That yellow is going to look kind of orange, maybe kind of dull. You can actually see the change in that color where it starts to get hot on the tip of that rod Chris is using. But we're going to take this piece when it's finished, we're going to put it into a box at 1,000 degrees and bring it down into temperature, to room temperature, over the course of 16 hours. Every Thursday we do an annealer reveal at 3 o'clock. We show off all the products in their true color once they're all finished and complete. I encourage you guys to follow us and join us for that as well.
Got a couple comments to read to get caught up on, if that's
Let's
okay.
get it. Let's do it.
Perfect. So Carol said thank you for answering that. I know that the guys really do like to answer those technical questions, so keep them coming. From YouTube, I'm going to bounce over there for a second, catch up on a couple comments. Gordon says, hi there, glass blower from the south of England. Keep up the good work. Really enjoy watching you guys working and loving working with glass as much as I do. Welcome,
Let's
Gordon,
go.
however long you've been watching.
That's amazing. Love to see other glass blowers out there. Love to share the craft and all the different techniques and styles. Everyone's got their own personal touch. Beautiful to hear that we got other folks out there in other countries watching what we're doing.
Icarus says, had a death in the family recently, so things have been difficult, but your guys' shows always bring me joy and help me feel better. Appreciate you guys tons.
Go ahead.
Miss you, Icarus. Had an amazing time out at the Renaissance Festival this year, and that's just a beautiful comment as well. Woo!
A couple people are still waiting on the name of the cat. I know that Michelle had put
yes.
comment that said he has a sidekick named Bert, so I've got a bunch of comments for Ernie. Is that the name of the cat?
Oh, Michelle gave her the hint. Gave him the hint. Look at the way those leaves are glowing. Anyway, folks, what were we talking about?
Flip.
Cat name.
Right. Yeah, it's Ernie, folks. It's Ernie. You guys got it. Super cool cat. I've actually got a cat situation at home right now, which is we have a cat. It's my roommate's cat, and it's a really cute, amazing cat. Look at the colors on those ornaments starting to come out.
I like that you called it a cat situation, like you're not too sure about it.
No, it is a cat situation. The situation is thus that this cat lives in our home and does an amazing job living there and enjoys everything at home and whatnot, but we started to have a stray cat showing up to the window in the middle of the night. Uh-oh. And it's causing, the first night it happened, our cat, Fifi's the name of our cat at home, Fiona, went rambunctious and wild and actually destroyed one of the plants off of our shelves and just busted it, and it hit the floor, and it was all crazy.
Let it drop.
That was the first night. Then we started putting the blinds down all the way so that we couldn't see anything. Here comes
So
the
do you
beautiful
think that
pig.
was like a show of dominance to the stray cat looking in? Like,
I think so.
you can't destroy a plant outside.
I'll destroy one inside.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it. I came downstairs and saw that, and her tail was all bushy and radical. But just recently, we came down and the blinds were tore apart.
Turn.
It was like the cat had Fifi had almost like eaten and
Turn.
just like totally turned into a savage animal and just took it apart.
All right, we got a few more to put on and we'll be ready to go. Just some red.
So-
Can't forget the red.
We replaced the blinds, and I actually spread some
That's good, Oliver.
cayenne pepper,
Ooh.
lemon, and garlic water. I boiled it for like an
Okay.
hour and put it on all the windowsills around my house.
How's that working out?
So far, so good. That was last night. And in retrospect, I would have skipped the cayenne pepper because I think I might have stained all the outsides of my windowsills red. But what are you going to do?
Well, it's just
Is
like a
that
paint
something
job.
Google told you to do?
Yes, my good friend Google did give me that suggestion.
Well, he knows everything.
Yeah. But we'll see, folks. We'll keep you updated on that. If you guys have any other pointers for me and our cat situation at home, which truly is a situation, please give it to me in the chat.
One more.
Have you tried just asking Fiona to not?
I have. We've asked her. We've also told her.
Oh, you done
Yes,
there
done
you go.
both.
Yep.
Cats are not the best listeners, Oliver, if you haven't figured that out already. I know you have 2 at home, and I know I have 2 at home.
A lot of cats in the Glass Academy family.
We are in the market
Lots of
for a
cats.
new cat here at the studio. We've had a cat here for a long time named Batch. We were just actually reminiscing. Bess was showing me some old videos and pictures of her the other night after
Now
our
I'm going
show.
for the patty.
Look at this.
I'm a cat expert, you guys. Cats always listen.
Okay.
We've got some cat comments in the feed here suggesting that maybe one of the 2 cats is not fixed, which may be causing this problem.
It's got to be the outdoor one. And there's nothing we can do about it. We thought about running out there and karate chopping it in the neck, but we couldn't catch it.
That's serious, man. Hitting a little poor kitty in the epiglottis.
That's what I did to the raccoon situation I had outside.
You karate chopped a raccoon.
What?
Oh yeah, right in the neck. I actually almost had to physically battle with this thing. It disappeared in front of my eyes and then came out of the bush right at me, and I started throwing rocks at it and almost hit the car in front of my house. It was ridiculous. That was at like 11 o'clock at night. It was insane.
I would have loved a video of that.
I was jumping around. It was wild.
Look, and there's one koozie across the
What?
deck, a big one. So I took a snowball and I packed it not too bad, like not an ice ball, but just a big powdery snowball.
You didn't want to hurt it.
I threw it at it and I hit it right in the top of the head, and it looked at me and then just fell over on its side and laid there in the snow. And I was
No.
like, thought it was like an
Bess.
opossum.
Could you grab some diamonds off the tool shelf and put it on the marver for me, please?
Right
Yes.
next to that snow, or actually right there is perfect. There
Okay,
you
get
go.
her.
Work it, Oliver. Work it.
I had a neighbor who used to not always get her cats back in the house, and it was winter, and so I felt bad. So I put a cat tent outside on my deck a couple of years ago,
Oh, what?
like a tent for cats
Cat tent,
on
right.
my deck.
I've heard of those
got
before.
super excited because I saw something in it, and I looked, and it was a possum curled up sleeping in the tent. So
Oh, that looks
What?
nice.
So basically, you housed the possum.
I housed a possum for like a winter. It was great.
That's sending mixed messages, Bess.
Possums are very good, though. They get rid of the bad things. They don't carry rabies. They eat the ticks.
Oliver going in for the GA stamp.
Shout out to possums eating ticks.
Chris is doing one final heat, folks. This is the moment it all comes together. This is a 5 or 6 tier tree. This is a pretty serious tree. It's looking like 5 tiers, pretty tall, and the timing here needs to be perfect. We let this cool down a little bit on the marver, just a little bit on the marver. Chris is coming over with the tree, and he's gonna go, sticks it right into the base. That base needs to be nice and hot. Sticks in there, it's nice and solid. Oliver casted up the perfect size base. I think that's perfectly proportional to the tree. Stamp on the side. You see the snow. That's a gorgeous piece.
Yeah, it
Going to
is.
an amazing home. Carry the glass collector. Chris is going to shuffle it off to the box all the way across the shop. I'm going to let them handle that, folks. I got the table to go over. Get a nice high five from them, though. We'll see. You
going
notice,
in.
Abby?
Marianne has a suggestion for you: motion-activated sprinklers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, I guess they might not be that expensive. Motion-activated sprinklers. What about the wintertime?
Carrie, that piece was amazing. It really looked nice. Beautiful array of bulbs on there. Super nice.
Super bulb.
Loved it.
So that one's going to Carrie's house. She's an incredible champion. And Chris, would you show show off that gift she actually left on my desk when she was out of town here.
I want to show everybody this amazing
Look at
Detroit
this.
Red Wings glass.
And what's that on there?
Look at it. It's amazing.
It says "Go Red Wings." Does
Yep.
that say something on the back? Was there a personal message?
Oh, I don't know. I just can't see
I
it.
think it says, I see Jake's. It says Jake's favorite hockey team, the Red Wings Cup.
Yes.
Nice.
I love it. I mean, it's just, you know, it works perfectly.
Folks, Carrie tried to get me there by leaving me a Boston Bruins Cup.
It hurts
and
even to show it.
we got a great rivalry going in the league there and between all the Boston fans out there. But we all know this year Detroit's 2-0 against Boston, so that's about that, folks.
That's right. So here's the feature table, guys.
Look at this. When
We
you
got
just look at it.
A lot of really nice stuff on there. We've got a lot of double bumpers with different color hats.
Let me start panning through it.
Yeah, pan through it. Number 12's looking pretty good. Look at the artist.
We did want to showcase a couple new
That
styles
looks like
of snow
Eddie
people.
Kilzicki a little bit. If you guys don't know Eddie Kilzicki, he's an amazing muralist, and that looks just like him right there.
There you go, local muralist.
Yep.
Check out the new texture we've got on some of our snow people. Look at this. We saved a couple of these guys from the holiday weekend to get on the live show. This guy's pretty hardcore, the Harley Davidson Super Snowy Special.
His black and orange nose, carrot action.
Oh, yeah. Classic and simple over here. Couple beautiful, beautiful options. Number 4 up here, beautifully elegant.
Number 2 and number 4 would go great together. The red tree with the red snow lady.
The fall harvest tree.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got a recycle one here with gold snow on it, an iridescent snow texture. That's pretty gorgeous, number 1. And these are all on the website, folks. I don't know if this was purposely set aside. It might already be sold, but this is number 3.
Well, if it is, it won't be on there, but
Yep.
at least we'll put it back inside the little old deal.
You're
But
on
other
the
thing is that
website,
number
folks.
13 and number 14 are the double whammy action. I think that those come with the ornament and holder?
I don't know the answer.
Well, the website will tell you, folks, but
Yep.
they're really great because these are really made. We made these. They're real difficult to make. We made these to hold 2 ornaments during the holiday season. But check this out. Michelle already is changing it up, and this is one of the pieces from our new hands-on experience class. Is it the Arlo class?
The Arrow
Arrow.
plant holder super special class. If anybody in the chat has taken this hands-on experience at the studio already, let us know what you think. It's turning out incredible.
Isn't it more of an advanced class? I mean, it's definitely not making the meditation globe. It's blowing the glass and shaping it with the jacks and everything.
Yeah, we don't really label it as that because we can cater it to anyone who's there, but if you have taken a class and you want to get a little bit more hands-on and experience a little couple different tools, and it is a blown piece, that's a really cool class. You actually get to use this same torch here, light it up, and pop a bubble right through the glass with that torch. It's a pretty
giant
satisfying
torch
situation.
action. So what are you getting ready to make, Jake, on
I'm
the board?
getting ready. Let's take a look.
You're going for the Jugundus bubble tree?
Let's tell the story of this one, folks. Oliver's got it in his hand.
This guy
This
right
is
here.
the first rendition of a foggy tree type situation. We've got a potential custom order with Melanie coming up in the future. And Melanie, one of our local customers, came in and said, I want a different style of tree. I want to push the boundaries a little bit and get crazy. And she was talking about something a little bit different, but I slept on a different style of tree. And I woke up in the morning and we had to give this a shot. And Oliver and I started the first demo of the day. We made one, we were about halfway through with it, and it exploded. And when we say exploded, sometimes pieces just crack and fall on the floor, but this piece literally, because there's air trapped in here, exploded off the end of the pipe. And we had a whole crowd of people, and it was loud and it was rowdy.
Exploded like Frodo?
Explodo like Frodo.
That was
exactly what happened.
that was our warmer upper piece. It exploded on us, and then Jake looked at me and he said, "Let's do it again, but this time bigger and badder."
And we improved.
And we did that.
So we got our first one ever done in-house.
I
That
think it's
one
gorgeous.
is potentially saved for Dan. I quoted him a price. It's the first ever prototype piece If by the end of this week he hasn't made a decision, or he's made a decision either way, he will be making a decision. We'll make that available to you guys as well. But for now, we're going to make the third one. It's going to be a collaborative piece between all of us. We're going to make it potentially twice as tall, and we're going to put, instead of a star on here, we're going to make a bow tie for the top of the tree, because I really love the star, but I also want to see the tip of this tree coming over it. So we'll have this top piece like this. We'll have a bright red bow tie hanging down a little bit right there. And Chris is going to actually sculpt, as you see in the picture here, a beautiful trunk on the bottom of the tree as well.
Yeah, so is it a bow tie or is it just a holiday bow?
Well...
All right, well, why don't you get your hands on some molten glass here.
All right.
So, and I'm going to get everyone excited by doing the magical wheel of something, which at any moment, folks, you're going to see nothing be won or nothing be lost.
Incredible!
Dun, da, da, da.
So just to clarify for you guys, because I know that the question was asked, for numbers 13 and 14, 13 it is just the set of ornaments, the stand is not included.
Okay.
14 is just the stand, the ornaments are not included.
The ornament and the other thing aren't included?
No, so 14, those things are just display pieces, but 14, it's the stand itself that's for sale. 13, it is the ornaments and not the stand that is
All
for
right,
sale.
nice.
But 13, you get both the set of the ornaments, so both of the signature ornaments.
I like it.
Incredible.
We got Jake in here now gathering up some crazy chartreuse green.
This is going to be our order here.
He's moving his colors into a specific order.
And so this is a really cool, challenging technique for both Oliver and the rest of the team, and myself included, because each one of those tiers of the tree is an individual bubble. And we're going to drop it from on top like we're making a goblet foot, and making like a, I mean, if you guys have seen our goblet shows, which technically this is supposed to be a goblet show, but it kind of got bumped around a little bit. It's the first of the month. It's holiday season. We might have to do it next week.
Yeah. Can't believe that.
If you've seen us drop any blown feet onto a goblet before, then you'll see what I'm talking about. But basically, we're going to be dropping bubble on bubble on bubble on bubble and building it. And when you drop the bubble on there, just like some mushrooms that we've made this year, it seals the air in there. So when you push it and you expand it into the shape that you want, it doesn't flatten out and you don't lose that bulbous, super cool disc-like shape because the air has nowhere to go.
You were saying the tears of a tree. Is that kind of like the tears of a clown?
That's an interesting point. I was talking T-I-E-R-S.
So he's using the jacks, guys. I thought these are these large scissor-like tools right here. These are some Japanese jacks. They're called Marukos. It's a company that sells some pretty nice tools made over in Japan. And he's shaping this up to the way he wants the top tier of the tree to be, which is looking great. It's going to cool down. He can't add the next bubble onto it until that cools down. So that's perfect.
Wanted to interrupt real quick because we got a name suggestion for the new and improved Wheel of Shenanigans.
We did?
Came from Gordon on YouTube, and he called that, it was like the Molten Masterclass, and I'm hoping Bess will look again and correct me if I got it wrong. I read it earlier, and I was like...
He said the Molten Master Wheel.
The Molten Master Wheel.
I like that. That's pretty cool. The Molten Master Wheel.
That's a super cool name. Who suggested
Anybody
that?
else give us
Gordon,
any?
the glassblower from England.
Wow, very cool. The idea behind this potentially in the future, folks, is we can use that as a 2-option coin toss special. I was thinking maybe the name The Decider. Amy up in the gallery suggested The Judge. But we could take it to whenever we have a discussion that we're having a hard time solving, what color to use, whether the glass is buttery,
creamy.
Or maybe we could just get out that giant Red Wings coin in the back room and use it for a flipper.
I don't know what that coin's all about, but that sounds pretty darn sweet.
It was going to be a bench, remember, back in the day, Jake?
Ah, yes, I do
You
remember
started
that.
carving the Red Wings logo out of a piece of wood to make a bench out of it, and then he
do.
stopped, and now we could use it as a coin.
Flip the giant bench.
Wings up or wings down. Here we go, guys. This is that hot drop.
Low light.
And he traps the air by cutting it. He trapped the air in there. He's going to heat it up. He's going to swash it onto the bottom. And that trapped air inside the bubble is actually going to swell out and make a really, really beautiful next level to the tree.
And down the line we go. It's going to be a serious piece, folks.
I like it. Whew. So I don't know if you guys have heard yet because nobody told a 15-minute story, the question for the giveaway. But we do have a question for the giveaway, and I'm going to flash it to you real quick. And you can see it. It says, if you were an artist at the Glass Academy, how would you incorporate elements of ice and glass together in a single piece of art? That is the giveaway question. You answer that and you send it to enews@glassacademy.com, and you'll be entered to win the last piece we do today, which is the giveaway every week at the Gathering Point.
That's about as hot as you want me getting that, right?
A little less, probably even.
Okay.
Yeah, that's max.
So this is a building process, and Jake's, the cool thing about this, when Michelle and I first started the Glass Academy, and it wasn't even called the Glass Academy when we first started, it was called Furnace Hot Glass. Remember that for a question in the future, guys. Furnace Hot Glass. But we started that like almost 30 years ago, maybe a little. And we would design products around what type of technical ability we wanted to practice,
Well,
which was pretty cool. So that if we knew we weren't good
Right.
at blown feet, we would have designed this tree so that, because each one of those tiers that Jake's making and Oliver's dropping is the way you drop a blown foot on a goblet, a Venetian goblet. So it's a really cool thing to do a whole bunch of those and get great at it.
we're already
It's been
trying a
really
brand
good
new
practice.
style, and I want to add a little bit to what Oliver's doing right now, which will also speed up the process of doing this. Oliver, when we drop this on here, you come back and I'll let you take this. I will have taken a deep flash, so it won't need any more heat, but just heat up the very bottom. Let me show you on this one, and then I'll let you do the following ones after this.
Okay.
Just heat up the very bottom so that we remove as much of that cut mark as we can, so when we're looking into the tree, we don't see it as much, and there's really not much to it. Just start flat, give it a little bit of an angle like this, and push it down till it's a hair bigger.
Or we could get, I could give Bess the camera and I could
And we
bring
could
her over,
3-team it.
and we could 3-team it.
That's what we were talking about doing before the show.
Yeah, Bess, you wanna?
Let's
you
do
think
that.
you're,
Yep.
got everything in control? Sure you do.
Always.
If anyone's gonna have everything in control, you guys, it's Bess.
That's right.
She's a technical guru.
Just so you guys know, I did just put that warmer upper mug live on the website, so that is available for all of you with fast fingers. I am not at the computer right now to put that link in there, so you can go on a scavenger hunt.
We're back on the lemon yellow, Dad, and yeah. So the trick too is then making them progressively a little bit bigger, and over time as we make more and more of these, we're going to realize whether thinner pieces are better for the weight of the tree, whether thicker pieces are better for the stability of each of these branches, because, or whatever they're called, tiers. The first one that we did, the bottom bubble was the thinnest bubble because it was so large and we blew out that glass so thin. And I believe once we flipped it around, that's why it exploded, was because that bottom bubble was so thin, it had that air trapped in there, and
You guys are good. I can start another one now, right?
yes. Now I'm going to leave that story and move on to what's next. Look at this assembly line action. Chris sets it up, hands it to me. by blowing it out as much or as little as I want. I'm choosing the size, and then once we switch, I'd rather have it a little small in this moment because I know Oliver is going to have the opportunity to puff a little bit extra as we drop it. Beautiful heat. Drops it right on. Just the tiniest puff. That's good. Whew. And I'd rather use the majority of the glass. At this point, what I'm thinking with this product is I'd rather use the majority of the glass and keep it a little on the thicker side than blow it out too thin and have it risk cracking.
You want me stepping in here now, or are you taking over on that step?
I'm going to squish this. I'll hand it to you. We'll do one flash.
Okay.
I think with the three of us, we don't need to do that, right?
Well, yeah, he's just going to take a flash as you hand me that one and I shape it up.
Sounds
That's
good.
the perfect timing. So now I think that one was a hair on the big side, so I'm going to kind of take it easy after that because we are trying to go a sizable bit taller than that last one we did. Thanks.
At this point, you're letting that stiffen up, Oliver, so the rest of it's not moving when
Yeah.
he drops this one on, so don't overheat it.
Nope, just trying to get a little bit of heat to the moil.
Yeah, to the neck.
Good move, baby, good move.
One sec. Tighten it down a little more. Yep. Yeah, I will probably hit that with the torch a little bit. So obviously with all of us working here, we're not going to read the comments, folks, but best will backtrack. Blow light. Good.
Whew. So I'm on my third one of green. This is a really, really deep, kind of like has a little turquoise in the green. It's called...
Today we're going to do a, thanks Oliver, a tree trunk rendition of this tree, but in the future, if that were to be an option, we would put a final bubble on very thick and pop a bubble into the bottom of that and flare it open like a blown foot, like a goblet, and it would be standing on its own. And you could put any sort of electrical light underneath it. Who asked that question?
That was Dana, and I also wanted to add on that a picture I'll show you guys in just a little bit here. We had someone in the Addicts Facebook group purchase one of the clear crackle snowmen this weekend.
Yeah.
And they decided to put him on top of a light base.
I saw that.
So I have the picture uploaded here on the iPad, so when we get a second, I will actually
I'm good
put
on
that
air.
on the screen as well. Let's see here. I'm going to put it to the left of the stream so you guys can still kind of see what's going on. But you guys can see that picture right there next to Jake. It kind of looks like he's standing right next to the snowman.
Super cool.
But you guys can see that that's on a light base and he's kind of glowing. So I feel like you could possibly be able to do that with a tree like this as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be a larger one. I mean, the light base would probably be able to fit underneath the opening spread of this. But this is the third tree. Remember this, folks, and we've got a lot of exploration to go with these trees.
Next comment is another question. It's more of a technical question. It's from Pammy. She says, could you use the tungsten spike to place a small hole to relieve the tension of the trapped air?
Come on, you come out.
Oliver, we're going to have to, I heard tungsten spike, yes.
But wait, we don't need to let that... You guys, if you mentioned that, but there's only a hole in the bottom bubble, so you can't put lights all the way up it.
Well, but the light would, it's all transparent green, so the light, I think, would refract through the whole piece.
Yeah, might. I don't know. I mean, a lot of times it's sometimes better left not being a light, you know? Especially since these are big pieces. This is a big piece. It's going to be a $500, $600 piece. Maybe it doesn't need to have lights inside of it, you know?
Chris likes darkness.
Well, I mean, you put a light on it, you know? It's like, It's pretty ridiculous. It would be way, way more expensive to try to get lights in there. And I've lit a lot of things, and I don't know if the light would go through that.
Joyce, that was your little snowman guy. Thank you so much for posting that picture.
I was at the checkout counter when Joyce was getting that one. I handed her a loyalty program card. Nice seeing you, Joyce.
We're out of pipes. What do you think, 2? We went from red to green pipe so fast.
Yeah.
We really should have used more little pipes in the beginning and saved the big ones. Now all we got is little ones left.
I was using the little ones. Thanks.
But we're doing all right. We'll get her. We grabbed one of those other handled ones, Oliver, out of the left one. There you go. Grab 2 of those and put them up.
This tool
No,
right
not
now.
those. The gray handle
And
ones.
for the first time ever, the tool's actually getting hot up into the
Beautiful.
handle of the Taglia. It's pretty sweet.
You know what it kind of looks like to me right now, because it's still on the pipe? You know those little things you use to get the honey out of the jar?
You can warm them
Like,
up
and they
in the
have
recycle
ridges on
tank
them?
so they
honey
get hot
dipper?
quicker.
Yes, that's what it
Like
looks
put
like
them on
right
that
now.
blue deal.
Totally. And we are scooping basically honey out of the furnace at 2100 degrees. It's so hot, it's just burning the beeswax right off of the tool. I keep lubing it up, but it's like, it's just going out into the air and smelling amazing. I hope you
does
guys
smell
can
really
smell
good.
that. I feel like I just casted a spell.
Man, that stinks.
What do you think, 2 more?
Yep.
I don't know if you guys ever went to like Universal or Disney, but sometimes they have those 4D attractions where you're watching the show and you're in the
Take a
seat
sip
that
of
moves
water.
around, and they're splashing you with water, or like they make a scent come in the room when something happens. I wish that that's what we could do during these streams, because some of those smells, like when it's burnt pork or the beeswax, it just smells amazing.
We've got Bezos working on the smell-o-vision. You gotta love it when you finish taking a drink of water and the water just glugs back into the water receptacle and bounces out right into your face. It's just really nice.
Kathleen said this kind of looks like the Fisher-Price stacking donuts.
The
I
what?
know that Oliver said that to me earlier.
That's what I was thinking.
Now we still have to put snow on this, and we're still going to either put a star or a bow and a trunk on this, folks. This is a great opportunity if you know someone who might want to be a part of the Glass Academy and glass blowing community, to get them introduced to a big old piece, something pretty cool, unique, one of a kind. It's happening right now. I'm really thinking about my neckline.
Someone asked, how heavy do you guys think this is right now?
It's a great question. It's starting to grow, that's for sure. I'd have to say it's probably like
150 pounds.
140. Oh, it's probably getting close to 10 pounds, but I mean, we always say you got to think about the weight of the pipe, and as we're working on it more, the pipe's heating up more. You saw on that one, I actually, for the first time, used the diamond shears to grab onto the pipe to lift it up on my foot to get a little more leverage, because it's starting to get to that weight. You also got to think about the weight of the glass pulling on that thin neckline right there, and I'm making sure that I got plenty of heat down there so that this weight doesn't want to pull this piece right off of the pipe.
I don't think the piece will be complete until it feels like we're lugging around an actual Christmas tree.
It is the holiday season here. I guess I'll give this to you for one more flash. When he comes out, just a quick one.
You want to hit that moil more?
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
So for those of you guys who had a chance to make it out this weekend to our Winter Holiday Fest, go ahead and put in the chat what your favorite parts of that was. We love seeing you guys out. Always seeing faces, being able to put faces to names is always a great thing for us. Getting to see some of our regulars, maybe some of our newer names.
What do you guys think of Bess's live video of Chris making that incredible piece for share and watch? We tried to do as much virtual activity as we could.
The Ice Warlock?
Yeah, that was
the
insane.
Ice King.
Just take 1 second here. I'm going to blow it out one more time.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched that already, it is on our page. I did post a picture of the final piece as well with a link to that
All
video.
I think
Go ahead
that's
and
it
check
then,
that
Dad.
out.
What? Is that it? I think so. One more? All right, whatever. Let's do it.
Jake, how your forearms feeling, man?
Not as bad as they were when we pulled that cane earlier.
You had the drill.
Well, before that even, just turning the small pipe in the hole, I was really losing it on the forearms. Nice drop, Oliver.
Thank you.
Look at the juice.
Should get you the big shears.
There's a lot of weight on that little neckline at this point here, and if we add a trunk on it, it's going to be even more weight.
You got a nice, there's no defined line. It's a nice curve. Perfect.
There is kind of a little line.
Press, 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 press. Just focus,
It's
Jake.
a finger sizzler. It's all you, Oliver. Man, that looks cool.
So what is Chris working on now?
Will you, as I blow this one up, will you torch that neck a little bit, or not the neck, the moil, when he comes out?
Yep.
Let's take it right over to him, yeah. This is tier number final here.
I think you're able to just trade up with him, Oliver. I don't know if I'd
give it one more flash just for the heck of it.
So I was working on the individual tiers. Every one of those tiers of the different level of that tree needed to be blown separately and brought over. So that piece I was just working on is what Oliver has in his hand. So it just speeds the process up. It allows Jake not eating so much.
Yeah, that would have been lengthy. But you can start to see with a third person how this piece is coming together. You guys keep your fingers crossed. Lift up the back end and just don't worry about blowing. Thank you.
Figured I'd give you the big.
Thank you.
We're going to give you the butter knife.
What are you tungsten in?
When?
What?
We did tungsten the bottom one when we flipped it around that one time, but that's also when it exploded.
The bottom one?
I brought it just in case we thought we were going to need it on this one. I wasn't totally sure. We used it on the first one. We didn't use it on the second one.
Just leaving them a little bit thicker, I think you're fine.
Yeah. Oliver, would you help me turn this? And I'm just going to focus on squishing. Just turn that nice and smooth. A little faster. Faster. All the way down to the end. Keep it going. Roll that baby. Roll it. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Talk to us, Jake. Are you putting a trunk on this now?
That's Chris's portion of the piece.
I can do that. Just letting Jake get her all lined up a little bit.
Yeah. I guess, I don't even know if we've said that yet, but every tier of that is like an alternating color of green. There's like 3 greens in here, and they're all tiered up appropriately.
It's a pretty thin one on the bottom there.
Yeah, we'll add a big Maurice to it. Taking it now. Oliver, you want to bring me a step-down Maurice first, and then gather over that. And you're going to coat it like a tree with all the different browns, and then bring it over to me, and we're going to drop it on hot on the bottom.
Okay, like counterweight size, you're thinking probably.
For the Maurice, yeah, a big one.
All right, I'll take a breather from the heat. I'll grab this camera, folks. If you guys have questions, comments, Bess is checking it out. I'll answer some questions as these guys focus. I'll bring you over here and show you what Chris is imagining the stem's gonna look like down here, the trunk. And then you notice the first rendition we did over here.
Is this too big, too small?
No trunk.
Flip.
This is the same thing. We did do one of these. It's called the Maurice. This is like a security platform, and there's one on the bottom of this guy right here, so that you can put the punty on there and break it off. However, Chris isn't using that one for the punty. He's using that as a platform for another mass of hot glass with all the browns. If you were to add a super hot molten bit and then heat it up and keep sculpting it off of the piece, it would distort the heck out of that bottom tier, that bottom bubble there. So he wants to make sure that solidifies up and
Is
looks
this too
real good.
crazy of a size?
No, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, yep, 2 schmacks of that. You usually got to heat in between each layer of color that you add on there. It's got to melt into the surface before you're able to add a second layer on.
Marver it all off the pipe right now while it's nice and hot. Like pull it off. So I take it all.
You still got 2
Slowly
more.
pull, slowly pull. Just give it some strength, but don't spin fast. There you go. Okay, just get her nice and hot for me. That's going to be good.
I got one more color to get on here.
All right. That's good.
All right, we got our trunk browns.
Jim says, does the pipe ever get hot?
The pipe does get hot,
it-
and actually you see how far back Chris's hand is on this one. Eventually we're going to need to cool the pipe down because that was a lot of work with some really deep heats on there, and this pipe
Oliver.
is building up heat. Look at how that looks on the pipe. Oh my gosh.
Stay.
All right. Oliver, will you swap and grab the camera with me here? We'll
Yep.
trade back and forth a little bit. Thanks. Just focus on that.
I always love to see the addicts
Coming back towards
helping
you.
out answer those questions in the chat as well, so thank you guys.
Eat. Flash. That's hot. Finger sizzler.
That's a cool way to do that tree trunk, though. I've never seen you do one like that before.
Yeah, it's pretty cool the technique there. That's good. I'm gonna do it from the outside, Jake.
Yep.
It's good. Stop right there. Turn.
I can tell when everybody's watching intensely because the chat is very quiet.
Has the chat slowed down now?
It sure has.
Wanna heat it up?
Shears, you saw Chris stop halfway through there. The shears, just like the tweezers on the first time around, were getting so hot they were sticking to that molten glass. So you had to reach over the tree to dunk them in water and then get back in the action. And every second that you do that, you're losing heat on the bottom here. So it's kind of a
That's good.
situation.
Trying to get this nice and organic, you guys.
Yeah, just whoop it around a little.
As a
Coming back.
reminder to everybody while they're working on that, our giveaway question for the week Remember, you guys are going to send your answers to this question to enews@glassacademy.com. If you put your answers in the chat,
I'll hit the neck for you.
great always to read them, but unfortunately you don't get entered in that giveaway. So to make sure you're entered in the giveaway,
You
send
want
those
the
answers
next
to enews@glassacademy.com.
Feeling pretty good.
And our question is, if you were an
That's
artist
good.
here at the Glass Academy, how would you incorporate elements of both ice and glass into a single piece of artwork? So a little bit more of a technical question, I guess, this week. Switching things up, but use that creativity. Send your answers to enews@glassacademy.com.
This one I'm going to sit down and pull it out now.
Okay. You don't want to do it from the outside?
I could do it from here probably better.
Jim says, do these demos happen every Tuesday? They sure do, Jim. We are live here on Facebook and YouTube every single Tuesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, that is Eastern Time. We are based in Michigan. So we're here every single night. This is show 244. So this is our 244th week of doing this, which is awesome and amazing. So you can come on here, watch us every single week.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Pull it out a little more.
Yeah, I'd just say make it a little wider.
Even wider?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's still slimmer than the bottom thing by a lot, and it's a pretty heavy tree.
As soon as Jim asked that question, we had about 3 addicts jump on there and tell him the business.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys.
At what point do we just get in there with like the jacks and like
Flare it out?
Flare it out a little bit.
Pretty soon, probably. Yeah, in any organic situation like this, it's kind of artist's choice on the tool they use. The jacksaw to open it up perfectly even and smooth. We'll see.
Now this is just me thinking out loud about the next time we do something like this. Might have been smart to start off with a jumbo-sized pipe when we're building it out this big.
I thought the same thing, and I thought this pipe would be big enough, but I completely agree with you. A little bigger of a moil, bigger pipe, and I could have left that topper even thicker because we're going to break it off and torch it and then pull it out at the end anyway, talking about this spot up here.
We're going to fill that full of glass now.
Yes.
All right, Jake, you want to gather it up?
Yep.
Shout out to Pammy who put that the show is 10 a.m. to 12 noon every Wednesday morning in Australia. So if you're anywhere between our time and their time, you're going to have to figure out that time zone for yourself. But we are live here, same time every single week. Drake says 4 p.m. on Tuesday nights in Arizona. So I love that you guys are putting your own time zones in there.
So we're filling in this trunk with glass.
With clear glass in there, so we have something solid to punty on too. That's a lot of glass to be poking on
Ready
the
for it?
inside.
Or you want to take a heat
Dimes?
first? I could cut it. Or you got it?
Tamara says, I live in
Stay.
Canton and I would really love to come see you live someday. Absolutely, Tamara. So we do classes. You can always sign up for a class. We just had our big holiday fest where we had live demos all day, both days on Saturday and Sunday. So
Gentle.
next time we do have live demos, we will definitely be mentioning it on our
that's
live
it.
stream, but always be checking out our social media
gonna
and
take
our
a minute to
website
cool.
as well
Yeah.
for those updates.
Little torchy poo?
Oh, we're doing all right. It's
Yeah,
still
Scott,
moving
he
pretty
did say
good.
that.
Okay. So now we just got to chill out a little bit and settle down. And I'm actually going to make sure the punty that I just put up, this larger counterweight punty that's going to be able to hold the weight of this when we flip it around, is plenty hot. Because if you make a punty, put a little bit of glass on the end of this and stick it on there and break it off and you're trying to finish it, just like that moil up here is a very crucial point that we've been talking about. If that gets too cold, it'll fall off. And the same here, if you start with a cold pipe, put hot glass on it, that'll cool down and stiffen up and that'll break when we're trying to finish the piece. So I'm gonna make sure this is red hot before we gather it up. We're gonna have to flip it around, pull out the topper of it. We're gonna have to put some snow on it. Either go for a star or a bow and
People put snow on the base right now.
Probably, yeah.
Ollie,
Give
can
it
you
one
do
more
a
heat.
one-handed snow special?
I'll do it. I can do it right now.
Okay, I'll get it hot.
Except for our spoon. Coming back.
You're ready.
Would love to hear if you guys think you want to see a star or a ribbon. Vote on both Facebook and YouTube. Bess, would you tally them up?
And if you have ideas for other toppers, we might not be able to do it today because we're already getting buck wild, but we're all ears.
That is a finger sizzler. Where's our
Go
extendo
higher,
spoon?
drop it up higher, away from the piece.
Well, then it just spills everywhere. It's already all over the marver.
Want another one?
You're just going to have to
Yeah, we
lose
can
those
start doing
fingers.
the bottom tiers. They're hot.
I heat the bottom tiers up that hot, I don't think, right now.
Just later.
I mean, if I hit it up now, it's just going to pull that whole bottom right apart with the heavy weight on it, so you can't.
I do have a poll for you guys on Facebook. It should be popping up of what to top the tree with, whether it's a star or a ribbon. So if you guys want to go ahead and vote on that on Facebook. YouTube, if you guys can put in the comments star or ribbon, that would be great. Don't have quite the same capabilities on both platforms, unfortunately.
Should I get up in the crevice there a little more?
Like I asked you if you wanted to. I can't get this hot. If I get this hot, that's going to be coming right off its thin down there, you know?
Right.
So I really can't get it much hotter. If you want to drip it up in that crevice,
Okay.
drop it higher and throw it in there. I'll give it one more flash, but
So right now we've got my poll running for the topper of the tree. 73%, so that's 30 votes for a star, 11 votes for a ribbon.
All right. Well, I mean, the people have spoken, but it's not over yet.
That
We'll
poll
see.
is still active. Get your last minute votes in.
That's good. All right, I'm going to whip up the pontil.
Make it a good one now.
All right.
This piece is really screaming big show energy to me.
It sure is. And this piece is going to be for sale, folks. We're going to get this on the website once it's completed. Judging by the time we got going on now, we either might go into a little OT, we might not do the cane pull. We're going to see how it goes and what time we get this finished up. But the piece that's on the pipe is the most important.
Are we still looking for a name on this? Because we've been calling them bubble trees, but this is the third one ever, so...
Let's get some names in the chat for sure.
My mom just commented that she is watching. She's very sick in bed, but happy birthday, Mom. Glad you were able to hop on.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better, Mrs. Bess's mom.
We've all
Bess's
got some under the weather madres around these parts. Lots of love to all the moms out there and all the sick people too. We love you all.
Sorry your birthday's sick at home, but
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Just
did
the
you
time?
say it was
it's her
Mrs.
birthday.
Bess's mom's birthday?
Mrs. Bess's mom's birthday it is.
happy birthday, Mrs. Bess's mom. Oh yeah.
Her request for her birthday this year was a 2-bump snowman, so I got to bring that to her over Thanksgiving.
how you feeling?
A little warm still. Just a hair. All right. Yep. Watch how lightly Chris is going to tap this to get it off the pipe, guys. It's going to take nothing.
That was barely hanging on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, barely.
So this one is going to have to be a helpful situation as well. Someone's going to have to hold this thing up in the air, and the other person's going to be grabbing it. And actually, one person, I'll just take it over here. Will you torch the tip of this?
Yeah, and then are we putting a star or a bow tie on this?
What's the final call on
I
the
think the
poll?
star
So
won.
it was 37 votes for star, 12 votes for ribbon.
All right.
How was YouTube?
So kind of just work that whole top tier, not just the tip of it, but just
YouTube would
We
make
gotta
it
make sure we don't
39
get the
votes
next
for
one.
star.
Every once in a while, I'm going to
Okay,
hit these.
yep.
We're doing a star then, folks.
Once we get this nice and hot, I'll start making the star.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably have to have you hold it up in the air for me if I could pull it up.
If you leave it a little thicker, the star could stick on it.
I wanted to. I mean, I don't know about the star like that one. It's just so delicate, and to ship it and having it move around, I kind of thought we could maybe put the star down a little further on that top tier and have the tip of the tree kind of hanging over the edge.
Someone asked, where does a stamp go on this one?
It's a great question, folks. We're designing. We don't have a spot for the stamp yet, but we're going to get it on there somewhere.
I translated that because all Dawn sent was stamp in all caps.
I don't think that. I don't know. I like
No?
the way the star really stuck it on the front.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but that means you can leave it thick like that, so it's not fragile. You know, they don't see it from the front anyway. It's from the back. You just round that out.
Oh, let me just give it a little bit of action.
Little action.
Yeah.
That's a long shooter.
Look how far away
Yeah.
that thing was. All right, you want me to start on this guy?
Yeah, on the star, yeah.
I'll try to keep it no bigger than the one we already did.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'd like to hear from the people in the comments. If this was a mug, how many ounces do you think it could hold?
Could you grab that one and hold it up next to it, Oliver? We'll take a look at the size comparison. Talk about skipping to the next tier.
It's just a little bit bigger.
A little bigger. So it's my duty to heat deep.
Can I
Make
sit
sure
down there for 1 second?
this piece doesn't explode while Chris is making the star.
Do you need any more heat on your pontil?
I may take a little blaster. You could
Folks,
hit the tips of those branches.
If I get off center on the camera, please bear with me here.
I know it's not quite housekeeping time yet, but I'm going to start talking about a little bit of stuff here.
Yes.
Our question from last week had a ton of responses. I mean, I've got 2 pages of responses here. If you guys remember our question, it was, what do you think are the biggest challenges faced by Chris and Jake or other glass artists during live demos? We had a lot of great answers. Some of them are the temperatures in the summer when it's too hot. Some are translating and interpreting guest ideas into the piece. Keeping the glass in the pipe, that's always some treachery involved there sometimes, which was another answer. Somebody said sometimes Jake and Chris both want to be in charge, so that's a challenge.
I didn't hear that one.
I think they're both too
Figuring
focused
out-
to hear this.
Figuring out who should be talking at what time, that's another one.
That's a good one.
Someone said trying to work the crowd while also working the glass and paying attention. Making sure your microphones are on, that's another great one.
Nothing easy about that one.
So I do have the winner here. We'll get to as soon as this piece is over. I'll kind of read that winning answer and that winner's name there as well. So stay tuned for that.
It's getting a little heavy.
Just a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done all those push-ups earlier, man.
We're going to have to put the snow on. We're going to have to get the extendo spoon and put some snow on the top of this tree. Yeah.
Oliver, to answer your
Have her
question,
hold
somebody
the
said they
camera.
think it would hold
Yeah.
half a gallon. They
Half a
said
gallon?
64 ounces. Another quote for half a gallon, 30 ounces.
Bess, would you take over the camera?
Absolutely.
Oliver, would you go right for the long spoon and we'll load this up with snow?
I'll long spoon it. Thank you, Bess.
Of course.
Searching for the long spoon.
I'm going to need one more heat in a sec. We'll do it on the next heat. You got a little time.
Is it a long spoon or a big spoon?
That's a big spoon, but
I think I'll just take the finger sizzler for right
Just
now.
use a paddle in your opposite hand
There
and
you
shield
go.
your hand.
yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Grab yourself a paddle, Oliver. All right, coming in hot.
Go for it.
Why don't you use the big silver thing?
Big sifter.
Yeah.
We'll go for another one. We can build it up.
How's
Cool.
that hand doing, Oliver?
It's still attached. We getting down enough on there? Do I?
Yeah, it's looking great. Just keep it coming.
I kind of like when it falls off the spoon in clumps because it's not even all around, which is the way
Yeah.
it would look if the snow was falling on it.
Do one more. We're looking really good.
That's very intentional, not because I had a big cup of coffee before the live show.
Look at the motion of it. It's pretty cool. The moving, living tree. All right.
Looks like snow is falling on the marver.
All right, then Oliver, you're gonna be grabbing a stickum bit.
All right, I'm on it.
Give me like one or two heats to let the foliage cool down, and I'll torch the tips of the branch or the trunk here to be sure. Will you torch it? We're looking good. It really took all that heat really well. I mean, it's still moving, and it didn't really get too
Wanna
crazy.
stop it on center right there? Stop.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's the way we do it. We're going to do that one more time, Oliver.
All right.
Don't be afraid to give him some love. I'm going to get in there.
You want me to stick the punty mark onto the piece with the tweezers? You don't have to torch it. So the front's the front. So I'll just take away the tweezers and go, boy, you can set it right on the bit you put on.
Perfect. A little harder. Hit a little harder.
Just make sure that stays flat.
We're going to do one more heat, and as Oliver's torching it, or no, you got to bring that bit over. That one right there. Thank you. Hit that one right there. Thank you.
All right, Oliver, you're on the stickum bit.
Going for it.
Yep, let's do it. And then we're gonna, should we put the stamp on first real quick?
Oh, we can put it on after you straighten this out.
All right. This is it, folks. I think we should put it on first. Will you
All
grab
right,
the stamp?
Oliver, that first one's going to be a stamp bit.
Will you hand me the stamp if it's there? Or Bess, it's right behind you, right there. Thank you.
I'm gonna hand this.
Yep, whatever.
Hey there, friend.
What's up, dude?
Think we can share?
I think we could share.
Carol says her jaw hurts from grinding her teeth while watching this because of the tension.
All right. We're sticking it on. Let's do it, Oliver.
All right.
Whew.
Carrie says, how long would a
I'll
piece
flip it.
this size have to be in the annealer for?
Well, it's got to come out by Thursday at 3 o'clock.
Yes. Man, that's tasty. Nice stick.
What is going on with these? I got the wrong glove on the wrong hand. So Jake, we're gonna put ornaments on it now, right?
Right.
It looks pretty darn tasty. Got to get a little reduction on her, though.
I think it's going to be sitting a little sideways, so I'm going to
Should
take a heat and use the paddle to readjust it one time.
On the bottom.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
Gonna use the paddle and the taglia on the tip.
Yeah.
So you want to paddle it, and I'll tip it. And when we stop on the high side, like we did a minute ago.
I kind of wanted to work the, I don't know if I wanted to, let's just see.
When you, if you want,
Right there, lift up. Good. I think I actually don't even need the taglia.
It looks good.
It's
You
like
got
a double
it.
special, works my brain.
Reduction.
We're coming for reduction now.
Yeah. Yep. Blingify it, baby. We're gonna iridise that star, folks. When we come out, this thing's gonna be blinging. I'm gonna hold it up one time, and someone's got the gloves.
On.
Okay. I can't hold it up in the air.
Looks
But
good.
look at that star. You're dousing.
Tip that back that way, down, like that. There you go.
You got it. I'm gonna get the torch.
I got it.
You hold it up for
don't
me for
grab
one
it. Don't
sec,
grab it
Oliver.
until I say so, Oliver.
So you guys can see the teamwork going on here. I'll back up a little bit.
Everybody hold your breath.
One more dunk.
Ready? Take it, Oliver. You got it? It's going to
Yep.
be heavy.
Got it.
Right here.
Give it. Well, what annealer are we going
We're
in?
going to number 4. You got to open the left door. I'll get
Yep.
the right door.
Right behind you, Chris.
All the way open with that because we got some stuff tight in the front here.
What side am I going on?
Left side bottom.
Get it in there if you can. Yeah.
Nice. Ah, let's go.
Very nice. There we go.
Very nice.
Incredible. All right then. That was just an absolute beauty.
You guys mind while you take a couple minutes, I do some housekeeping?
Absolutely, make it happen.
All right. Am I
I like to hold
cameraing
that
my-
for you.
Perfect. Great.
Nice job, Jake.
Nice work,
job,
team.
Oliver.
Thank
Way
you.
to go, everybody. So while the guys are taking a break here, I am just going to do some housekeeping real quick. Like I mentioned, our question from last week was, what do you think were the biggest challenges faced by the glass artists during live demonstrations? I already read off some answers, but our winner said developing new original pieces and then the heat from the glory hole, especially in the summer. So I know this person is going to be extremely excited as soon as I flip this around, as people are every week, but I know especially this person. Congratulations to, actually let me show off what they're going to win first. This is that giveaway piece.
Yeah. Beauty.
So, Jumbo Candy Cane, congratulations to Julie Finn.
Oh, Julie.
So, congrats, Julie. You know, you can always come and stop by to pick that up, or if you do want it shipped, Donna will be sending you out an email. So just let us know what you want to do, but congratulations.
That
This
is
beautiful jumbo
tasty.
candy cane.
Congrats,
Giveaway
Julie.
question for this week, you guys. Remember to answer that as well. You're going to send your answers to enews@glassacademy.com. I'm going to read it off of my phone here just because it's a little easier to do so. So the question is, if you were a glass artist at the Glass Academy, so right here, how would you incorporate elements of both ice and glass into a single piece of artwork? So we want to hear your answers. Go ahead and send those answers to enews@glassacademy.com. And you'll win whatever we decide to make for the giveaway. I don't know what we're making next. Jake, what are we up to?
We're going to pull some cane, and then we're going to make a cane out of the cane, kind of like that cane.
All right.
Patrick cane.
I like
Magic
it.
cane. Very cool.
All right, so do we have the other giveaway or no?
We don't know what the giveaway is for this week yet, but it's only just the one for this week.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, we're going to make the giveaway for this week right now, and we're going to pull cane just like the purple one on the floor here. It's our signature cane. We completely ran out of it this weekend, so we have to do it anyway. And we got so much of a resounding response of people enjoying the cane pulling last week that we figured we'd do one again. And what's left on the pipe will bend into another large cane, just like the one Julie won today, and make that the giveaway for this week, our signature purple cane of the year.
Nice. The one that Julie won is the one that Mom did, Mom's combo super one.
You're right, you're right.
So the other one that we folded into a candy cane was, I don't know what the story was with that one.
That was the cane that we pulled. That one, there's too much cane going on.
Right.
Who
Just so
knows?
you guys have a time idea, it's 7:45.
7:45, we got 15 minutes.
Yes.
15 minutes to pull a 20-foot signature purple and white candy cane length. That's what that's called, you guys. Look how long it goes. The
And
candy cane length.
Those candy canes are still available for order on the website. We did sell out of this style during the Holiday Fest, but you can still order them on the website. This style in particular is called honeysuckle. The other style was called sugar plum. So we're making more of that cane now, as you guys can see, but they are still available for order. We just ran out of them for the weekend in the shop.
Yeah, so the honeysuckle cane is what we're pulling right now.
That's right.
And that's what is going to be, I think there eventually, when we get the pull done, we're going to drop a link up on the screen so you guys can go right from the link to order yours, because we're going to be cranking out a lot of these because we didn't realize how popular the honeysuckle signature candy cane would be.
Super popular. It's a really cool technique that we loved making. Chris and I came in the shop at like 8 o'clock on Monday night, and we whipped this guy up together and made 4 or 5 pulls, and it just turned out super cool. It was really fun to design, and it's a really different process than the one we made last week.
I think you got to catch up with Bess here real quick. Want me to heat this up for you real quick?
Absolutely.
All right, Oliver, it's you and me, baby.
All day, every day, folks.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. This feels so much lighter than that tree now. I feel everything feels like light as a feather.
So what Jake did is he picked up a small, super ridiculously dense piece of deep hyacinth purple, which is a gorgeous deep purple that's made with the earthly element off the periodic table, manganese, and it's on the end of this rod, which is actually a blowpipe, but we're using this as a cane pulling rod. Am I correct?
No, actually, this is not going to be a cane pulling rod. We are doing some really funky technique here. I don't think they've ever seen cane be pulled like this before. So if anyone can guess why we're using a blowpipe, would be really interesting to hear. I haven't pulled this signature cane before, and Jake asked me this earlier when I did the first one today with him, and I didn't quite know how this was being implemented.
All right, well, I think I know why, and you guys are going to see it's a super cool technique. And I'll explain it to you while Oliver and Jake are making this. But in the old days, it was called snorkeling. And snorkeling was when you took a clear tube and you open the end of it up, and it was probably around the diameter of my wrist. I got a big wrist.
I'd like to pause you real quick here, Chris.
Yeah.
Snorkeling was my answer to Jake. I
True.
thought he was going to snorkelize it.
Really?
Well, they definitely don't call me the snorkelizer, so I had to just pass out on that one.
Well, snorkeling, you guys, getting back to what the snorkeling is all about, is you make a glass clear crystal tube And then you'd go in, or you'd make a purple. In this particular case, you'd make a purple tube with an open end on it, and you bend the end over so it looks like a snorkel. And then you let it get really cold, and you go into the liquid tank, and you just take the end of the purple glass tube, and you suck in, and you're literally sucking the molten clear crystal up into the core
Like
of
a
the
straw?
purple bubble, like a straw.
Sucking up glass?
Yeah, and then you pull it out quickly, and you get to the marver as quick as possible because it's going to be out of control real quick.
You get to the choppa or the marver?
Get to the choppa. But that's how you make a clear rod with color around the outside. So what we're doing is, and actually, you know what? Stay tuned. Stick around.
Hang with us.
Hang with us for the last 15 minutes because you're going to see how and why we have a massive clear crystal with deep purple around the outside only. There's a nice molten gather right out of the tank, glowing orange.
You say.
I like sometimes coming all the way over here in the back corner of the studio.
Just so you
Got of the
Shop
they don't
shot?
get to see how big our shop is.
Yeah. Deep.
That's about as far back as you can go.
How many of you guys remember when Chris was working on the buckets over there one show? We got a lot of backlash for a little treachery that went on in that corner.
I remember you guys. It's pretty. Anybody? Oh, do we want to ask people to put that in the live chat?
No, we'll forget about that.
We won't talk about.
I'm going to have to get this story after the show.
We got 250 shows, folks. You guys can go back and watch any of them. If you're brand new to the show, dive deep into the archives because every single show has been wild and different, and we've grown a long, long way.
This is the only show that we've had the photon torpedo. And every show has a good one just like that.
Can I get a little puff from you, Oliver?
Absolutely.
So Jake's blowing this bubble out. He's got a couple
it to
more
me,
moves
tender.
before he does something fancy. So I'm going to show you guys a little sneaker of the gallery, which we're open weekends for the holiday, and check it out.
A little more.
Just don't go too far. Your mic will cut out.
A little more. Good. All right. Now I'm going to have you puff in a second as well. We just turn that for 1 sec.
So check this out, you guys. He's heating up the end of the piece, and Oliver's going to blow through it, and he's going to pop a hole inside the end of that purple.
All right, blow.
Ooh, there it goes. Like a piece of bubble gum.
You can do this same move in our aero class.
That's true.
Anybody remember the name of that stuff? I know the name of it, but I'm just asking you that when I was a kid, they had it. It came in a tube, a small one like toothpaste, and it came with a little straw, and you'd squeeze it out, and you'd put a glob of the goo on the end of the straw, and you would pretend like you were a glass blower.
No way. It was
Yep.
an actual, like, toy?
It was a toy.
No
It
way.
had a name, and Bess, I bet you some of our followers are gonna do it. I could do the initials of it. It's the SEBP.
The SEBP.
SEBP. Let's see if someone sticks it in there.
The sub.
And I remember I'd always try, this was long before I was even anywhere near even knowing what glass blowing was. And I was trying to blow this stuff out, and it would always blow out off the straw. So I would roll it around on the table, on the edge of the table, to try to stabilize the part just like it was on a blowpipe, which is kind of crazy.
That is super wild.
Feel like it's called super epic bubble playtime.
It's pretty close. That's a good guess. Anybody, you know what it is, Bess? Don't say it if you do.
She sees it in the chat.
Well, no, nobody's actually said what it's called yet, but I know what he's talking about. They're making up things, I think.
She's watching the chat come through.
Somebody said that stuff was poison and stuff, but it was so much fun.
That's right. No worse than the Barbie bacon oven that you'd be the Barbie baking oven. You'd go down in the basement. It was a light bulb, and you'd cook little mini cakes in the basement.
The easy bake oven. Jake, you tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, I need a moment still.
That's it. Super elastic, bubbly plastic.
Super elastic, bubbly plastic.
Yep. Ooh, Jake's got a big old gather here. And
I feel like I was pretty
You guys want
close.
to see what's going on? Show me that, Oliver. It's a hollow purple cup. Check that out. And what's going to happen, you guys, so you know, is Jake's got his massive crystal. So instead of snorkeling, he's going to drop that cup. Oliver's going to break it off and put it inside that mold. And then Jake's going to go in with his hot gather, and it's called a hot stuff. And he's going to stuff it in there.
Can you see
And
the
then
size a
we're
little
going to
closer?
have a
It looks good.
purple
Go ahead and drop it.
coating over the whole massive crystal that Jake's working on. And that's encasing clear crystal in purple. Yeah, well, that must have changed after somebody got sued from super elastic bubbly plastic. Some baby probably ate it. So there you go. Oliver just literally put that thing right there.
That's what he did.
And Jake's going to stuff it, and I'm getting in close. Look at that. That was a perfect stuff, Jake.
That's insane.
Now, before you, just so it doesn't crack, but come out and let me zoom in on that without moving it around too much. Let me show these guys this up close. Come on now. They deserve to see it. Look at that. So that perfect massive crystal is coated with purple. So now, so you see what's going on as Jake's reheating that. This massive cane that's stretched out super long is a clear rod with purple over the outside and then white rods on the outside twisted. So that's how we make our signature candy cane this year. All right, Oliver's over here heating it up. Uh-oh.
I've been trusted with the prized possession signature cane.
All right, all right. So it's about 5 minutes to 8 now, guys. You're doing an amazing job. But I'm guessing we might be going for a little bit of OT.
Thank you. If I was going to guess to the amount of OT, I'm saying exactly 43 seconds.
And Oliver, you want to, are you bringing him the
That was the most
drill,
perfect.
or you're going to take the camera and I'll bring the drill?
I'm going to get this table moved around real quick.
I think
No
you
problem.
could, Dad, you could bring the drill, but we'll have to hand the camera off the best for the twist, so you guys could double team the twister.
Yep. We're working.
And I want to say, you guys, we had to talk with the boss about getting that piece up on the website amongst a little bit of conversation, discussion, and purposeful intention. That tree is on the website. It is for sale. This is an on-the-fly piece. It's the third one we've ever done, and it's a historical one. We're going to hand sign that one with the team. Show 244, and it'll be up on there for sale for you guys if anybody's interested. But I do want to remind you guys that as you're watching this show, and if you guys think this is pretty cool what we're doing, you can support us by buying anything at any size on the website, folks. We got a table set up for tonight's show. He'll hook up the drill. You grab the camera and then hand it to Bess.
Okay.
You got to
I
pick
know
the white
what's
up
going
on it?
on.
But you're
After
gathering
I gather
over it?
real quick. But if you guys want to support what we're doing, share the feed, spread it around, send it to the people you know and the people you love in your life. But when you're shopping for Christmas gifts, there's no better place than Everything's Made in America, family-run business in Dearborn, Michigan. And we got one-and-done products on the website for you now, but we have a whole inventory on the website. So check it out. Spread the love a little bit, and if you think this is cool, keep watching us every single week.
Glassacademy.com.
Will you give me a little cool down on the pipe?
Yep.
So Jake's gathering over that with more clear crystal. This is going to look ginormous. And that, we're digging in deep into the tank so that pipe gets so hot. You gotta cool it down.
And then just fluff those white pieces a little. Yep.
There's probably almost as much glass on the end of that pipe right now as there was on that huge tree.
It's so tiny. It's the same reason that these little cutoffs down here don't explode as well. It's very thin glass, and so it does have some pressure built up in it. So once we polish it and finish it, we always re-anneal the cane that we make so that there's really no pressure in it. But it's such a tiny spot, and there's fracture marks on either end of the cane, so the pressure is released after we cut it. All right, I'm gonna come pick those up. You might want to just hustle, kind of meander over with us here, Best behind me. This is a pretty cool preheated 2 strings of white. Whew. I'm trying to move quick to keep the core heat, build it back up, and keep all the heat as even as possible.
So now you're going to take like 1 reheat, but after that reheat, we want to get started on the puck.
I'd say we probably started up on that patty, yeah.
All right. And it looks like Chris is on it.
I'm gonna do one more, well, he's working on it. I'll do 2 more heats.
Robin, a shout out to you for knowing the answers to everything.
Honestly. Robin, I hope you're feeling a lot better. We missed you today and this weekend.
Big time. This is the opposite end of, this is our fancy cane twisting pulling mechanism that you put in a drill so that you can actually twist it a lot more consistently without blowing your wrists out, because twisting this cane will really give you a bad carpal tunnel. So this cuts out the twisting in half.
Here we go, Dad.
Yep, so I got this ready for Jake. He's gonna drop it on and take it, and he's gonna do his fancy moves, and then he's gonna hand it off to me, and then Oliver and I are gonna get buck wild.
Yeah.
Good stab. Looking good. Okay. Let's go, baby. Don't be scared.
Go, 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 go.
We're getting some good spins on this. Let's keep going.
I'm going, baby, I'm going.
To the lounge.
I don't know about this piece
That's
of
the jump
steel.
rope and heat right there.
My knuckles are hitting on the edge of that.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
I'm gonna take it.
You got it, Chris?
Yep, I got her. All right. That's it.
I'm still getting a little twisty. Good.
Yep. Come over to the other side of the ladders so that you're not on the other cane. There you go.
You want to grab some more ladders, Oliver, or pull that
Yeah,
one
Oliver,
down here?
take that ladder towards Jake.
Ladder coming.
And you can stretch them
Yeah,
out a little bit.
Spread them a little. Thanks, dude.
Don't
Let me get those
hit
tweezies
in
from
the
you.
face.
Thanks, dude. There you go, folks. These are for sale on the website, baby. Signature 2023 candy cane. What you gonna do?
Oliver, there's your candy cane, baby.
Thank you.
That's a nice pull, Jake.
Thanks.
Well, that was a beautiful pull. Hey, Bess, why don't you check out what Oliver's got going on in there? He's making the AKA giveaway, a signature giant candy cane out of the end of that pull. Look at that thing.
I think I'm gonna try and use this whole thing.
Love it.
Yeah, Oliver.
Whew. That was nice. So eventually, if it's not up there already, you guys are going to see a link right to the candy cane action.
Yes, let that.
That's exactly what it is, because these candy canes were sold out of them. We sold out of them in-house here. So we're taking orders for them online, and we will, throughout the week, starting tomorrow, chop these down to length, individually bend each one of them by hand, and then pull them out and torch both ends and make sure they're round and smooth. Then re-anneal them. It's a 3-day process. So by the end of the week, if it's not Thursday is our shipping day, they'll ship out on Tuesday. But this is an incredible Christmas gift to friends and family. A hand-pulled cane from Dearborn, Michigan. And if you guys think that's pretty sweet, I think Bess is putting the link up on the screen or in the chat. So take a look, check out the website.
Just so you guys know, you do have 3 different ways of purchasing that. You can purchase either this candy cane by
Quick
itself,
full
you can
heat.
purchase other signature candy cane by itself, or you can purchase it as a
You want me to get that
So
for you?
for you folks who've just
Turn it up a
tuned
little?
in,
Yeah, you
we're
can
in
turn
the
it up a
last
little for me.
8 minutes of the show, so you better go back and watch it from the beginning to see us pull that 25-foot-long strand of candy cane. But this is just the very end that Oliver's working on the end of the moil of the candy cane, and he's going to make a giant candy cane. And this giant candy cane is going to be the signature candy cane giveaway for tonight's show. All you got to do is answer the question that Jake's going to read to you right now.
If you were an artist, the Glass Academy, how would you manipulate elements of ice and glass into a single piece of art?
Very good, Jake. We taught Jake how to read.
Oh my God.
subscribers, it is totally free to subscribe. So if you are not subscribed to our YouTube already, please go ahead and do that. I've got that up on the screen right now. It's nice and easy to do so. You just hit that bell on YouTube. Totally free to do so. I believe we're around 29, so yeah, 2,900. So we've got about 2,940-ish people. So we're less than 100 away from that 3,000 mark.
Yeah.
Get your friends and family to do that. We would super appreciate it.
Let's go.